People. Welcome back. Blue Tick Serious Banter. Me, myself, Bugsy B.
Myself, Digo.
This week we got a special Blue edition. My family, close to my heart, all of that stuff. We grew up from young days. My brother, not even going to chat too much rubbish. Going to get into it. My brother Corleone, Godfather, GB Records CEO. Yes, you get me? Yes. What's happening?
Yeah, just brother, in this lockdown time, you know, just making the best of the situation.
How lockdown been treating you?
To be fair, you know, like as I say, there's a blessing in disguise because in the past, you know, I'm so busy doing so much things, I think kind of neglecting the family time. But through the lockdown, I've spent a lot of time with my family. You know, I've been doing things with my family that I don't do a lot or enough. You know, I've cooked more times and been shopping more times in a year than in my whole life.
Definitely,
you know, simple things, going to the park. You know, so like it's a blessing in disguise.
Lovely things, heartfelt things.
Yeah.
Rather than business. Yeah, better quality time.
That stuff.
You get me?
So yes.
Go on, Dan.
No, so yeah, man, it's good to have you on here still. Just want to really talk about your whole transition, innit? And your music, you get me, car. I ain't gonna lie.
About everything from the get-go.
Yeah, so that's what I want to talk about. You get me, your whole transition, car. You were always a rapper, you get me?
Yeah.
Coley the rapper. So Corleone, should I say. So bam, how did it start? What made you want to start rapping?
In 2013, we went to the Mobiles. Me, Fecky, Smiley, Skeng, my cousin Banton, Gotti, Rama, Inches.
The wall of them.
Yeah.
One second. Rest in peace, my brother Skeng Dini. You get me?
Yeah, big up.
Forever missed.
Big up.
Always in our hearts. Sorry, carry on.
We had a platinum table at the Mobiles. Fecky was popping.
Mm-hmm.
So, because we're so hood, I said to the man, let's go out there, support Fecky's thing, So we booked a platinum table at the Mobiles and we attended. This was like our first time, I think, going somewhere in the industry and just kind of seeing what's going on. So we've gone there and
you liked it.
Cut a long story short, I'm a businessman, innit?
Mm-hmm.
You know, wherever I'm coming from, like I'm always thinking business. I've gone there and I saw what's happening now. And I said to the man, we need to come into this music game because this game is going to start booming. Like Crept and Conan and them were winning awards. Tiny Tempo was big at the time. Fecky was massive at the time. I didn't realise how big he was. Because he was our guy, you get me? Going out there and seeing what was going on. I was like, you know what? This is what we need to get into. But I ended up in prison that night.
Oh, wow. Then, I think I heard about this.
But the prison was the blessing.
Yes.
I was thinking about it at the night, but I didn't dwell on it. When I went to prison, I said, wow, I'm definitely doing that.
You took it in.
You know what I'm saying? So I phoned Bones from jail. I said, when I come out, we're starting a record label up and we're getting into this music business. This is the way forward, you get me?
That's tough still. So when did you drop your first shit?
That was Poor Little Rich Kid. So the Mobiles was in 2013 and then my first song was Poor Little Rich Kid.
Big tune. Yeah.
See that, yeah? I remember I phoned. Who did I phone? I think I phoned Dogs on the day you were shooting the video.
Okay.
And I spoke to you on the phone, yeah. And you see, like, obviously I was on the wing in it. So obviously, like I heard the man them doing the music thing, whatever. But I didn't see what you man saw in it. I was on the wing in it. So obviously, the man them shooting the music video. But yeah, loved that. All the man them's together. I loved that. See, when I came home. And I saw that video, you know, like that moment for me, obviously, GB, my brother, like that's a real heartfelt moment, you know. See that Poor Little Rich Kids for me, like I was heartbroken. I wasn't in that video. Heartbroken.
You weren't in it, but you was in it. Same
of course, I was heartbroken because obviously when I come home and I see that, and then I see that when I saw that video, that's when I saw where the man then was going with this thing. You understand? That's when I started to see the vision. At first, I was kind of like nonchalant, like, oh yeah, the man then gonna start rapping.
Because rapping weren't cool.
Yeah, do you get what I'm saying? You know how the man them go. You get what I'm saying? Like, even when I heard the man them was rapping, it was a bit like,
Hey, did you used to spit bars before you went to the mobile? Did you have any?
I used to listen to a lot of Dipset.
Okay.
And like they were so hard.
Yeah,
that
their vibe was
urged me to
nuts.
try and write. So when I was away, I used to write lyrics. I had a few lyrics like in the can.
You know how mad
that I
this
used to
is?
spit.
I was listening to Diplomatic Community yesterday.
Come on, man.
And Dipset's the maddest thing, man. They were the maddest
I was
thing.
beating Diplomatic Community yesterday.
They were the maddest thing.
I was beating that yesterday.
Them and Styles, they were my type of music growing up still.
Yeah, it was a good
But
album.
yeah, so you say you had music before, then you had content before
I
you
just had
actually
lyrics
real.
that I was writing, and that was probably me learning how to.
So you
write
say you
or
just
how
went
to
into
rap.
the studio and laid it down, or did you have any help?
I had help.
Okay, yes.
When I first started rapping, I had Chunks around me.
Okay, yeah.
And Chunks is a
tough.
veteran.
He's
when it comes
tough,
to
tough.
I won't even lie to you. 2011, when I was in jail, I heard he was next up.
No, he is
He's
tough.
a veteran.
Yeah, tough.
That's it, like,
you know.
the first time I heard of Chunks was on the jail, man, 2011. Man's on the wing. Gigs is boss. And then man saying, raw, yeah, the youth Chunks, Tamer's brother. Simon's brother.
Yeah.
He's next up. That's how I heard of this shit.
Yeah, that's mad.
Because I remember you see, like, people never get, and I hate to have to keep going back to this jail thing, yeah. But because of the time period that I went to jail, when I left, there wasn't a UK urban scene.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Everything happened while I was locked up. I came home to this.
Yeah.
So it's nuts for me because I didn't see the full progression of it. I was in jail, I saw Tiny Temper, I saw Tinchy Strider, all the ones
more grime,
and all the ones that was like building up the scene that were on the main channels, the pop stuff.
Yeah.
They were the only ones that I was able to see at the time. So you see, when I came home and I saw what was going on, and then I see the man them jump on it, I was like, I'm still taken aback by it because it's nuts, bro, where this thing's come from in such a short space of time. You understand? And you're doing your thing. You're pushing through the youths. Then
I just was asking the man a
Records
question.
for life. Go on. Jump
That man just cut out my whole fucking
Sorry.
question. You get me?
Sorry, I just got
So
caught-
yeah,
I got caught in my emotional
just
moment.
ran it.
Go on,
Yeah.
sorry.
Nah, so you're saying obviously you had man around you that was bunker. Obviously, I know when you started GB, you had members in it. I see you on the Westwood thing. The Westwood thing was powerful. You get
very
me?
powerful.
The man them turned up and done their stuff. So
Branding.
you
Yeah,
understand me? Yes. So. Bam, what you say? You went into the studio. Was it awkward for you?
Do you know what? When we started the GB team, I went rapping. I wasn't meant to be the rapper.
Okay.
Yeah. Ramsey was meant to be the rapper.
Okay.
But Boss Baff was my mentor. Yeah.
Yep.
Corey Johnson and Boss Baff. But Boss Baff was my mentor, and he said to me, "Your thing ain't gonna move unless you rap."
Okay.
I didn't want to fucking rap.
Okay.
You get me? Like, in that era or that day and age, to us, rapping weren't cool, innit? Like,
100.
you know, we was on the streets and like, I didn't want to put my face out there and all of that shit. But Bath was like, yo, if you want your company to be successful,
You have to
rap.
be a part of
We
it.
had a song called Concrete Jungle. It didn't come out, but it came out later. Me, Ramsey, Fecky and Bones was on the song. And Bath heard my verse and he said, you're nuts, you're hard. He said, you need to rap, because he was lining up a lot of stuff. We done the AR-15 project and he was lining up a lot of features. And he said, look, people are only going to want to come and feature with you because of your reputation and who you are. So, and your code. So you need to rap and boom this thing off. So I'm a grafter. So whatever it takes to get the thing off rolling, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So, you know, here I was.
Yeah, that's
Sorry,
tough.
I'm gonna have to get into that since you mentioned it. Since you mentioned it, obviously, people, your reputation, innit? Obviously, whatever people have heard and whatever. What, like, that's your reputation of what you have. Oh my God, that's me. That is bad. Sorry. That's so bad. You've outgrown that reputation now.
Yeah.
So when you started out, yeah, obviously I know, innit, I was with you. We was young ghetto boys out here, usual stuff. At what point did your mind frame change from gangbanging to I wanna be
You
the
know
pop?
what? The point that made my mind frame change was me being in jail and my daughter coming to visit me when she was 4 years old, and prison officers telling me, hurry up, Bravo. Do you know what I mean? That made me say, you know what?
Did they say it for me?
Nah.
That's real.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
I rate that.
I 100%
rate
know
that.
exactly what you mean. Trust me, it's real. You get me? So you get me? Because you know what? This is another thing what I want to ask you about as well. So there's a lot of talk about ghetto boys right now. The internet's kind of buzzing. The internet's kind of buzzing with the randoms thing right now. Tiny has written I shouldn't even say written. He's voiced the audio book. How you feel about that one?
I feel like looking at it as a businessman and what he's doing without my emotional attachments to it and the stuff he's talking about on it, because we're from the hood, we're connecting it. But looking at it as a businessman, I think it's really good. I think his book's really good.
It's put together quite well, don't you think?
Yeah, the narration is good. It's the first of its kind. Have you ever heard of a hood audio book?
Yeah, 100%.
I haven't before. A lot of people talk about doing things and they don't do it.
Yes, bruv.
There's no budget with that book. There's no nothing. The man's trying to do a thing. You know?
How you feel emotionally?
Emotionally, he's talking. He's saying. Look,
he picks you up though.
Emotionally, he's saying some stuff on there. Like he's fabricating a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
and
100.
To be fair, he's probably doing that to formulate the hype. What it's formulating,
what it's generating,
and he's violating a couple of the man them on the block, which I don't stand for.
Come on, 100.
But at the end of the day, like without anyone's emotions attached to it, the man's selling a book. He could be out there trying to be still trying to be a gangster. He's selling a book. He's telling a story.
Let him be.
Yeah, let him do what he's doing.
Bad boy audio books.
Alright, you see the narrator. I was gonna ask this question. Do you think the narrator should be getting stick? I'm hearing man talking about the narrator deserves to get cut up.
Because it's a white boy.
I hear that, but he's doing a job. He's got a job to. A madman has given.
People don't want to cut up.
A madman's giving him a script. Yeah, a madman's giving him a script and said, "Hey, what? Read that out."
At the end of the day, there's a script. People are talking about it.
Yeah, 100.
Whoever narrated it or whatever.
Yeah, but the only reason why I say that is because of the word nigger and stuff like that. Do you understand?
I make my music here and I say nigger in my music here. And if some white fan wants to sing my music and say nigger, I don't give a fuck.
Makes all the sense.
Because I don't mean it in that context.
You put it out
if they
for
sing
a man.
along with that, when I say nigger, I'm talking about my brothers or my black brothers. So
it's said with love.
You're
not saying it with malicious intent. And obviously, you can't say it. And then
obviously, we our black culture where we stand by that stuff and we don't let it happen. Like we don't let white people say nigger or whatever, but
100%.
it's not that deep. You know what I mean? We're saying it, innit?
100%.
Definitely.
100%. And like I said, actors don't get stick. When the actor plays a racist white man, people don't want to kill him. So why they want to kill the narrator?
Definitely. I rate the book. I rate the book highly still.
It don't make no sense.
It allows you to lay on your back.
It's a good chat.
It allows you to...
Sorry, go on.
No, I'm saying it allows you to lay on your back and close your eyes and vision. You can vision what my man's saying. Is very ill with these words. You get me? So that, I have to big him up for that book.
100. How you feel about Del P's response?
Del P's response, Del P should just concentrate on his book, what he's got, and get that out, and get that rolling.
We're talking about him though.
I try to stay away from the mix-up thing. You get me?
100.
He's got a dope book. I've seen the script, and he should concentrate on that and try and get that out. Tiny's actually come out and working. I don't know if he's out or whatever, but he's working and get out. Del P should get his script out there because his script is cold.
100%.
He has got some points, as what he's saying. Tiny wasn't the founder of the Ghetto Boys.
Couldn't have been.
There's a few other points or whatever, but I'm just not into the whole mix-up thing. Everyone should just crack on.
Yep.
And if you got a story to tell, put out your side of it.
Look, Del P was a ghetto boy, a ghetto man. He is a G.
Foundation.
No matter what everyone says about him, he's a bad boy. I know that personally. Tiny was a bad man.
100%.
Maybe he ended up being an enemy of ghetto boys or whatever, but he was a bad man and he's from ghetto. They're entitled to tell their stories. 100%. You've got other people that are telling stories that was never a part of nothing.
We're going to get on to that. We're going to get on to that. We're going to get on to that. You get me? That's real talk though, isn't it? Because even the man who, you got to remember, and I say this all the time, in this gang thing, there's everybody plays different roles in it. Some men are in it for the girls, but they're man them, and man love them nonetheless. You get me? His story's gonna be different. He's gonna be telling you about romancing bare gal. Them man's having beef over there, but I was with a gal over here, so I got there late. That's gonna be his story. But he's still man them. You get what I'm saying? It don't mean he's not gang. It just means that that's what his version was, because that was his thing. Everyone's thing's a bit different. You get what I'm saying? Everyone's heart's a bit different. Some man are cowards, but I still love them same way. Some man ain't. It's just how the thing goes, bro. It's a gang, innit? It's set up a different man, and it makes the thing work. Everybody, is it? GB love. Hey, so you said some man are telling a story that ain't even got no part of it. I think I know where we're going with this one. So Blue Story, have you seen it?
I haven't seen it.
Why not?
The last films, kind of UK films that I watched was like Rolling with the Nines and all of that. Like when I was young, I was fascinated about the gang culture and I'm not really interested in all of that shit. And that's nothing personal to rap, man, or whatever, because of the situation of the film. Like, I ain't watched the intent. Like, I'm just not interested in that kind of shit. Like, man's lived that, really. So
for real.
Yeah,
I'm trying to, you know what I mean?
Steer away. Don't want none of that energy.
So I ain't watched the film, no.
I hear that still. I hear that. What you think about what you've heard of it from people's emotions?
What I know about the film, it's about ghetto boys and Peckham boys.
Yep, 100. That's it.
You know, and that's our life. You know, whether the film was fiction or whatever, if it's a fiction and it's not a real story, he should have just chose 2 different names. Ghetto boy's name, we own that. That's us. That's not him. What else can I say?
That's it.
Some people might not understand why we were pissed off.
Yep.
About the film, because they didn't live the life that we live.
100. I keep saying this.
They haven't got the scars we've got. They ain't been through what we've been through, so they're not meant to understand that. You know, and Rapman is successful with his story, so a lot of the time the black communities, they just look at the success. Don't matter if he's a nonce or this or that. I'm not saying that Rapman's that, but like you see today when someone's doing something fuckery because they're successful,
people turn a blind.
100%. That's a story that, you know, that's with our heart. You know that for yourself, and we're emotional about that. We've got scars, you know, and it's, you know, like I feel like when he told that story, he should have checked in with the man them. We don't want no profits from it, but it's our story. If you're using that name, Ghetto Boys,
100%, you
should have checked in with the man them.
That's exactly. See, remember what I said, Dan? Man them. Anybody that ties their name to that, they tie their name to that thing because of the work that the man them put.
The only reason the story is marketable and sellable is because of the work that Ghetto Boys put in and Peckham Boys.
Yep, 100.
Otherwise, it wouldn't be worth saying Ghetto and Peckham.
Yes. I said to myself, it's not a representation of. Obviously, I wasn't a gang member, but I was there. I see everything. I hear everything too. So it wasn't ever a representation of what I see or heard growing up. It was just mad. You get me?
From what I've heard about the film, like some dumb little gang business or whatever, like. I'm sure like we all know like the gang culture that we was in was much higher than that and it was much more serious than that. And if he told the real story, he would have profited a lot more, you know, people would have been more interested. But
definitely.
And another thing, to me there's no positive message. I ain't watched the film, but like I asked how it ended. Peckham Boys and Ghetto Boys, we squashed that beef.
Yeah. It's positive now.
We squashed that beef. After 30, 40 years, we linked up with the Peckham Boys, we squashed the beef.
You gotta remember that beef bigger than us.
Saved a lot of, and we squashed it at the time where gangs were getting into gun culture.
People were dying. People started dying.
Serious, Like there was a circle on our ends that were very serious, and a circle down there. There would have been a lot of casualties both sides.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So I felt like there's no positive message. When I'm hearing about the film, there's nothing positive. And said we squashed a beef where people we swallowed our pride both sides and squashed the beef and told man them, yo, fall back. This is what's going on till hundreds of youngers are linking up
to go
carnival and all this.
I rate that.
So I just don't feel like, I feel like if the story is told,
it should have been told.
And there should be a positive message through it and show like, you know, like these niggas there was positive.
I hear that still. I fully hear that.
100%.
I fully hear
100%.
that. I've never even looked at it like that.
I'm fully behind that. You get me?
But yeah, let's get on to some music, man.
Go on.
Let's get on some music, man.
Go on.
What you got coming up? I see you got
We've got the GB EP coming.
Yes.
Like a CD with all the artists together. I'm only on one of the tracks, you get me? And then all of the artists, it's only 6 tracks, couple videos, you know. a representation of the company.
So you're just leaving the young ones that are coming up to, and I rate that still. I've seen you pull quite a few of them in, and the ones that you got are tough, you get me?
That's another thing. I've got a record label called GB, named after the gang called Ghetto Boys. This is a positive movement. We're pushing youths.
Definitely.
You know,
and the youths are doing positive numbers, positive stuff. Yeah, definitely. I fully rate that.
On the fact of the youths, let me just ask you quick. Sorry to interrupt you. What would you tell any of the youths then that look up to this gang culture thing? Because I need your... Because you see where it is? Where you're kind of... You're a respect... I'm
coming from that.
Yeah, you're coming from that. You understand?
At the height of that.
I want you to make them understand at some point, because what I try and make the youth them understand is your dad was probably a gangbanger at some point. And then at some point in his life, he saw the light and said, that's dead. And we all get there. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody gets there at different times. But everybody gets there.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And I want the youth them to understand, the earlier you get there, the better off you are.
Of course.
The earlier you started to enjoy.
Yeah, man, of course.
You understand? So, what would you say to any youth that's looking up to this?
I would say to the youths, like, gang culture, like, we wanted to be gangsters to make money, to drive the nice cars, to have the clothes, to have the girls, to, pay mama's bills, It was real. I'll say to the youths, you can do all of them things. You don't have to be a gangster. You can be a footballer. Nobody's fucking as much girls as the footballers. You could be an actor.
Come on.
You could be a rapper. No one's fucking as much girls as the rappers.
Run Instagram.
You could be a scientist, a doctor, whatever the fuck.
Anything.
You can be one of these things, have a professional career, not have to look over your shoulder, not have to kill other black brothers, and be in this bullshit that when you get older you realise it's bollocks. And you can have that fancy lifestyle. You don't have to be a dickhead, man. You can go to the gym, you can train, do a bit of boxing or whatever. If someone tries to step to you, you can defend yourself. I'm not saying you got to be a punk, but
yeah, no, man.
There's many other things you can do, It brings too much. Like this gang culture, like it brings a lot. It brings a lot.
What it is? And
it affects people's lives around you, innit?
Everybody.
And it affects you going forward in life. Because even we talk about this PTSD thing, the thing is real. It will affect you going through life. You get me? When you got your own use, these things will affect you. It
affects your outlook. It affects your outlook on a lot of things. You have a certain vision.
You see, for me though, when I see it though, when a man's got a certain mindset and he has children, okay, and them children do not help him try and change the way obviously it's not easy for everyone, innit? But see, if your children don't have an impact on you trying to change your life, nothing else will. Like, it's mad. Like, you will go through things, your brethren will dead, you'll still be doing things. You understand me?
You know why I don't agree with that? I don't agree with that? Because my first child didn't change my life.
But you probably had that child when you was young, right?
And was you around them as much?
How old was I? 26?
Okay.
So I weren't that young. And then my second child fully changed everything.
So you do agree with that?
Yeah, of course.
One of your children changed your thing.
Of course, the second child opened up my eyes, because like you said, was I a random one? The second one, it's in-house.
Hands on.
Yeah, I'm and comparing, like I said this to a man the other day, comparing my two relationships with my two daughters, my second one, what I have with her, because I don't have that with the first one, there's nothing in the world that is worth more than the relationship that I have with my little one. Do you get what I'm saying? And I don't have that relationship with my first one. And that's my fault, because I was on the selfish thing. Drinking, jail, boom, bam, whatever. I'm just out here living, innit? So I fully agree with what you're saying. But you can't write a man off because you have one child.
No, I'm not writing a man off, but you see what it is, bruv. There's people go through things, isn't it? And if the things you're going through ain't changing what you're doing, you understand? What else can change it? People turn to religion to try and help, you understand me, change doing what this thing is deep. So you see, when you have your own child, remember, you got to be there for this you, unless you're just a selfish individual.
Sorry to cut you. Every human being, their emotions are different.
Definitely.
So what might emotionally affect you and me might affect them.
No, you're right.
People choose to leave the roles for different reasons.
You're right. You're fucking right.
Me that chose my child, you know, like I just didn't want my children to grow up or like I couldn't have my children being in this kind of life that I've seen or that I've been, you know, like it's
100.
But we're talking about
if you're
hundreds of thousands of us.
That's what I'm saying. Every human being, they're emotionally attached different to situations.
Yeah, I fully hear that still.
If my kids live what I've lived, I've failed as a parent.
Yeah,
definitely.
Do you understand? And that's what you're saying, innit, Cole?
Yeah.
If my kids go through and see some of the things what I've seen in this lifetime, I've failed. Because some of the things what man's seen and man's been through from an early age, from 13 and 12, man ain't supposed to be going.
But we've been through it.
That's my whole point.
And you don't want your
No, it's good that we've been through it. Yeah, so the next generation don't have to go through it.
Of course.
You know what you're preventing them from.
I can't have a 16-year-old giving my 13-year-old child crack to smoke.
No.
These are some of the perils what man faced out here as a youth. A 13-year-old, the man them that I look up to, that was 16,
giving that younger girl crack to smoke, turning them into niggas.
We're giving man crack to smoke.
Yeah, it's bonkers still.
Do you understand?
It's mad.
Like youths have got to understand this out here. And I said this the other day. As much as I don't rate man for it, I ain't mad at man for it because man thought it was good for themselves. It'd be different if a man weren't, but it'd be different if a man weren't bunning
and a
man gave it to me. But a man's actually bunning it and giving it to me. So a man thinks it's good for himself. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. He's only going to give me what's good for himself.
No one's never tried to give me crack.
This is what I'm saying. There's a transition point though. You see,
have you ever smoked? Ever smoked? No, just ever smoked in general. Oh, you used to smoke, yeah? Okay.
You see, nobody never smoke as much skunk as me. It's cool, like, we used to build
but you see, like, there's kind of a transition point. So you see, like me, I'm kind of in the middle
from that
of it.
era.
Yeah,
my era was different.
I'm bang smack in the middle. Yeah. So
you're not even in the middle. You're from an era like it was like Crave or Skeng and them. That was in the middle.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah, I'm just right there.
Bunning crack was calling you lot.
There was a time. Remember my first drum and bass rave? I was 13. I've gone in there. All the bad man them in their pattern moschino, big bottles of champagne. Everyone's bunning crack splits.
It was a bad boy thing. Innit?
All the hot gal them, all the hot lighties, all the gal them that you want. They're in there in their pattern moschino, their iceberg, their whatever. And they're all bunning crack and dancing around champagne bottles. That was what it was at the time.
It was a bad boy thing.
Do you understand?
Yeah, he used to make them bad as well still.
A man's geared to me.
You see, after they used to bun it, like, they lift up a bus to like Clark. You see, after they finish bunning their thing, like, make them bad still. Like, it was a madness still.
A man's geared to me at 13. Now, 13 years old,
that's
you know.
bonkers,
13. Do you understand? Now, for 4 years of my life, I didn't know no better.
So you was just bunning that crack?
I was bunning crack for 4 years. From 13 to 17.
That's how it happened for a lot of men.
And man ain't come back.
Yes, that's exactly it.
A lot of men that were addicts all the way through their life.
Man haven't come back.
As elders,
man have not come back. I count my blessings daily. I count my blessings.
I always say
daily.
that still.
But these are some of the perils that you used to got to look out for.
When I was like 11,
I would never do that to you.
When I started secondary school, I got introduced to weed.
Yeah.
Right.
Not
it's a different thing.
Man give that to me, I would hold that personal. Still.
Right. No, listen.
Yeah. You see that? You see what era we were from though? No, it weren't cool to do it in our era.
You see what it is? We wouldn't do that to you. You see what? You know, man out there, man would never do that to you.
Because you don't knew what it was.
Right. Man figured it out. But this is what I'm saying. Them man.
It was normal, wasn't it?
That was the team.
Yeah.
Blood, they knew they were fucked. They knew they were fucked.
Brother, Lewisham snooker, right?
See the man that gave it to you, they knew they were fucked.
No.
Do you know when you're fucked, blood?
Crack was
they know it's not good for them.
Crack was a rich drug. Only top man were bunning.
It still weren't good for you.
That was styling.
You knew once you take that once, that might just be it for you. You see what it is? Man not dabbling crack.
80s going into 90s, it was a rich
man thing.
Blood. I used to go as a youth, to the drum and bass raves. I used to see the man them smoking crack and all of that.
Come on.
But
Pops' era and that, yeah, man, I know.
Listen, you see a £20 spliff and a pattern moschino. You're a big man. That was what was the thing. I had to
me it was absurd.
No, you see,
it's mad.
See what?
Even the smell of it.
I see man sprinkling white.
Yeah. Wait, man,
that was crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just following
I was
the OGs.
never smoking that.
I'm just following the OGs. So then now I gotta say, once I clocked, like, you know when you're watching films and you're seeing like, I got these cheeseburgers. You're saying, hold on, nah, this is mad. This is mad.
Yeah.
Man have got me doing
that.
What this brother?
Yeah.
I'm not on that.
Yeah.
Blood. You see when the man them used to bun, I used to run off. You see how the man them pull out. You see how the man them pull out grub. Yeah. I used to just cut.
That's a strong mind though, man. I just said 80% of man ain't come back from it.
Our fraternity was anti-drugs, you know. Like,
do you understand?
Smiley, like our whole circle. If niggas was doing drugs, they couldn't do it around them. Yeah.
And this is why
we didn't even sniff coke or nothing like that.
This is why you won't see me around a lot.
So that man from your circle used to cuss me about smoking. Okay. You see, we're smoking over smoke. You see, nah, they bun. You get me? It's nuts. So it goes though, innit?
You them got to look out for them pitfalls. A man will show you what he's on. A man, and if he's in the wrong place, a man's gonna show you exactly what he's on. A man's not gonna show you what he's not on. He's gonna show you whatever he's on. So look out for that youths out there. A man might not even do it intentionally. Some man are fucked. Some man have got mad, evil intentions, egos, twisted up mentalities. But some man won't do it on purpose. They'll just show you what they're on. And that will be your trap.
That'll be your downfall.
Yeah, do you get me? That will be your downfall. Trust me, bro. Because I could have, even now, like I can say this, and I don't care how man feel. Enough of my brethren are still banning crack to this day.
Definitely.
Don't laugh, Biggs.
A man that can stop it though, I rate his mindset, you know. I know man that used to be junkies, you know, blood. Yeah, that are now businessmen and got families, and I rate it still. No, I rate it.
I'm not.
Takes a strong man.
You get me? I'm good. I left that lifestyle a long time ago. Made a lot of money doing.
Do you know what I'll do? What I will say though, you see, because it was introduced to you. See, weed. We went out there and we smoked weed, and you see, when you first start smoking weed's not fun to smoke, you know. See, your first buzzes, they're horrible. You're saying, I'm never doing this again, but you go and get the weed again. Do you understand me? That is your addiction. See, because a man gave it to you, it weren't always your thing.
No, it weren't.
So that's why I reckon, do you understand me? You never loved it the same way your next man's loved it.
I didn't.
That's why you could have given it up.
I didn't.
The way you did. You get me?
And like I said, I was 13, you know. Remember, I'm 13 and this is man that are 16 and 17.
So you clocked before it was too late.
Yes, because remember, you know, the man them are going out there. Remember, I'm 13, you know, I'm watching the man them. I'm young, you know. I'm watching the man them. The man them are going out there. They're flying tills. They're doing all of these things. They're licking sims. They're doing them. Man them are coming back with mad bread, and I'm 13 and I'm looking like, oh shit. So obviously, man won't cling on to them, innit?
Yeah, what man's
I'm clinging on to them.
So if a man tried to give you crack to bum, what you telling him? A man says, yo, big man, yo, come get... No, when he was a youth. It was absurd to man. You see man's error.
I'll be honest, I was scared of white drugs.
Yes,
like cocaine. I've never sniffed cocaine.
Neither me still.
Like, you know, I was scared of drugs.
Yes, but I rate that.
So if someone was, I'll look at them like they're crazy. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, I rate that. I mean? Yeah, work man's thing.
Yeah, work man's thing.
100%. But yeah, see the industry. Let me ask you about the industry, Colin. Is it as much as people? Is it the same way people say it is? Is it a very cliquey place to be? Like, you see, when you're in the industry alone, is it lonely? If that makes sense.
It's a situation, isn't it? Like, if you're popping,
you can just do your thing.
Blows, isn't it? If you're not popping, no one will give a fuck about you. So it's a fake place, isn't it? You know, if you do meet people and, you know, you build genuine relationships, then cool. But like, it's just a fake place where it's a business, isn't it? It's like a playing field where everyone's doing business.
Yeah. Let's go there.
You know, yeah, like if you're popping, everyone's gonna fuck with you. Everyone. Or everyone's gonna wanna fuck with you if you're not popping. People fuck with you, but
yeah, it's selective.
Yeah, it's a playing field, isn't it?
So you see this whole wait thing, yeah? How do you feel? I want to ask you a question. How do you feel about airing this stuff now? Because it's everywhere now. You get me?
You know what?
I'm saying, have you had personal conversations? Have you had to have conversation with these people about like?
I actually feel good that I've actually created something that
people like. Yeah,
the whole culture is using.
Yeah,
I brought something to the table that not many rappers, even some of the elite rappers, can't say that. Yes. I brought something to the table the whole of the UK, the whole drill scene's using it.
Yes.
Drake's even fucking
Did they pay
using
homage
it.
though?
No one don't pay homage, but
that's what I'm asking you.
Everyone knows where it comes from.
Yeah, come.
And everyone knows where it comes from. Everyone knows where it stems from. They know where it is, innit? Like I'm not out here seeking homage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I rate that.
Yeah. It is what it is.
No, I just think they should though. You man,
but you've been hearing it though. You hear it though. Like, it's everywhere. The alias. Yeah, from then to now. When we'll be putting out a tune tonight.
Like anyone that's like a UK rap listener or whatever, they know that that's Corleone's thing.
Come on,
from London, Birmingham, wherever. That's Corleone's thing.
From nearly 10 years ago.
I got that from Jamaica.
Yes.
So I see people in the comments saying, "Oh, it's a Jamaican thing." It was a Jamaican thing that the Yardman used to say. No one use it in music. Not even the Yardman them. I got it from there and brought it to the UK and used it in music.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
No one went saying it.
Imagine that I went out one night with some youth from Macaulay Crescent. We went to some place in Trenchtown or something like that. A dancer, just me. Went out with about 30 man. Bought like 10 bottles of Hennessy, drunk. But everyone's going, why blood clot? Why? All I remember is when I went home, I said to the Ra, what does that mean? What's the why? I mean, like, yo, what, you know, like when you wire up a man with bullet, wire him. As soon as I come back, I was using that, you get me?
Cool, come on, man.
So yeah, like I've got no malice with everyone using it. Like, you know, like I don't care about homage. Like loads of people message me say, "Oh, this man and that man, or Digger D or whatever." I don't care about all of that.
Yeah, man, but them did their thing. It sounds good. I like it.
I read that.
Yeah. But it puts a stamp. It puts a stamp on your thing.
Man's
still
bringing shit to the table.
Yeah,
There's many
definitely.
shit that we bring to the table that people use. Many slangs, everything. From the man them, from even the elders, from you man that. Man, use Ghetto Boys, Lewisham niggas bring a lot
to the
swag
table,
to the culture.
General, definitely, still.
That's been a normal
that people
thing.
tap into and take away and use, and it's always been that.
The whole world's talking about Quenya and that. That's the man.
Yeah, that's a random thing.
Whole world's talking about Quenya.
That's from Darga.
You understand?
A man named Darga, in fucking Denham Town, Tivoli Gardens, bad boy. The man them used to par with him, and he used to have these words. He was using these words.
I said he used to have these words.
Was using his words.
Yeah, definitely.
Trust me. Man know about Darga, man know anything. If you don't, it's simple as that.
Real, innit?
You get me? Can we talk about some of your artists, man? Because I love some of them. Okay. I don't even want to say that question. I can't ask you that. You get me? Because they're all your artists.
Yeah, you're just about to say he's your favourite.
Yeah,
I want to answer that, but you can't say that.
I can't. That's a ridiculous question. You get me? So what? Like, we'll talk about them individually. Like, let's start with Diz.
Okay, Diz.
What's going on with her?
You know what? Diz is a very unique artist and a person. She was like the first artist I signed after the ARs. You know, she's you know, like being in the music industry, you have your ups and downs, and you know, you got to be in it to win it. And the good thing about us, GB, is like whether you're hot or you're not, we're with you, and we're gonna push you to do good. And Diz has definitely done good things, you know. 100. There was a stage when she was like, people were saying she's the hardest female in the country. That's what I mean. Everyone was on her nuts. But you know, in music you have your ups and downs. Sometimes you're hot, sometimes you're cold. But we're here to work with you, whether you are or not. You know, and she's very talented, and she'll be on top soon.
I believe that.
Yeah,
I believe that.
She's on her way there still, man. She's tough.
Hard.
Tough.
Obviously, T's and us.
T's and us is an animal on the mic, innit? Like,
animal, you get me? Obviously, she was caught up in a bit of controversy.
Yeah.
With that. I don't even want to say it. It nearly slipped out my mouth.
With Steph's brother.
Yeah. He said such man.
Yeah, such man.
Such man. You get me? She had a little video with my man in the background.
Okay.
It
just happens.
It just happens, isn't it? It was a good one.
At the end of the day, the label put it out. So it's me that takes. And if anyone's got a problem about that, or whatever.
That, man.
No, I'm just saying, like, that happened because of me. So any music that comes out, I always check it before it goes out. So if anything comes out, I always have to take
the rap.
It's me, basically. So that happened because of me, basically.
That's CEO business. You're the boss of the label still. Is anybody else still CEO, or is it just you?
It's just me still.
It's just you.
Yeah.
Miss Skeng, man. Not gonna lie, cause you see Skeng, yeah. I feel like Skeng was one of them rappers, yeah. Like you might not have got his wave straight away.
Skeng was gonna go.
He was hard.
Listen to me.
Even some of his music, like,
listen to me,
like,
bro. You need to release some of it, bro.
I do.
Because you see,
I think you should still.
You see Skeng, yeah. You see the first time you listen to him, you might not like.
You know what? A lot of people don't know. Yeah, sorry. Skeng gave me the courage to rap. Because when Baff was saying, you should rap, I was still like, fuck that. But Skeng was like, yo, man, rap, man, we are talk about, man.
Yeah, love
you think
that.
anybody can tell you, yo, man, rap, boy. Skeng gave me the courage to rap. That's why you have to have real friends around you that will push you, you know. And Skeng definitely gave me the courage to rap.
Love that.
And helped my rap career as a friend and as a partner on the label in the early stages, you know. Skeng was fully there
100%
before he even started his own rap career. And it's nuts because I didn't know Skeng was so cold.
Blood.
It's cold.
I didn't know he had.
It's Coca-Cola, isn't it?
I went to Mexico. Listen, I went to Mexico for 2 weeks. I went to Mexico. I left Skeng with my car. Skeng was going studio with Bones. By the time I come back, Skeng's recorded a mixtape. Everyone's going nuts. Like, the whole hood's just going nuts.
Yeah, I rate that.
You know what was there?
I rate that, man.
You see Skeng, yeah.
His thing was different.
Oh, blood.
Different.
At first, you see the first time I heard it, I didn't get it. You see the second time I heard it, I started to get him. You see the third time I heard Skeng.
A lot of man that do music now, people that know because it was a local thing. A lot of man with that Yankee style, image, it's all Skeng. You know the ones there? It's all Skeng. You get me?
People still big him up too. No, trust me, people are bigging up Skeng at it. I won't lie to you. They are.
You need to release the lost tapes. Man.
They are definitely giving his homage. Cause I've even heard that his music. Man, need to hear more of his music.
When that whole thing happened, I was hurt. You get me? Like, as you could see, like when that happened, like GB was dormant.
Yeah.
Shut down.
My artists knew that I was teared up. Like they weren't even asking me when's their music. Like it's just the whole thing. Like it's difficult for me to deal with. So I've got his music there, but it's like difficult. It's just a whole difficult thing.
In due time, innit? In due time.
He didn't deserve to go like that.
Yes, bro.
You know the ones there?
Come on, man. I don't even, bro.
That was a mad situation.
You know the ones that Skeng's been stabbed about 50 times. He's been shot, everything. The man's a warrior, like, to go like that with some fucking punk, you get me? Like, it's just you know what I mean? Like, the whole thing, just one of them ones.
Horrible situation still.
It's a mad one still, man. Come on, man. Dean, you get me?
So in due time, what you saying? Due time though?
Some more of his stuff.
His music thing. Like, you see, with him, it was a feeling. It's the way he said it and the emotion, his passion.
Yes, bro.
Remember, he's a Jamaican.
Yes.
I remember when he's 11.
People forget. That he's
So
a
his
young man.
emotion and his passion. It don't matter what
nuts.
he's saying, you're feeling that in your bones.
100.
You know the ones there? He's got
100.
this style and swag that
1
just
million.
Yeah, it's just one of them ones. When he's come in the game, it was a problem. And
man said
people genuinely were supporting with him and fucking with him. You get me?
Come on.
And he would have had a big fan base in Yard still. See, once he would have bust in Yard.
Love him.
Trust me. Yeah. Cause he's coded it.
Even like the Jamaican community in England. Love him.
Yeah. But I'm saying, you see, once he would have taken it over there, it's mad. You get me?
R.I.P. the fool. Lost too many along the way. You get me? Come, let's get back to the artist then.
Yes.
T. Zandos, what's new for her?
She's got a big record. Her first release of this year is going to be a massive record. She's got with another artist. I don't want to disclose the information, but it's a very big record, like, you know. And
see when they all do a release.
Yeah.
If you would let us, can we do a GB special? Bring everyone down now. Bring everyone.
Okay. And sit down.
Make them blow up. Do some stuff, some promo stuff.
We'll probably do that with we'll do that with the next GB compilation CD.
Yeah. That's no problem.
Next GB.
You drop this week. Obviously.
Yeah.
It drops tomorrow, but this don't go out till Sunday.
Tomorrow,
yeah, but this don't go out till Sunday.
The mixtape drops the EP drops on Friday. Thursday at 12 p.m. on Friday.
Yeah.
yo, you know what to do. Stream, support, download, all of that stuff. You get me? Go support the thing. You get me?
So yes, another one of your artists that we got to touch on, Mr. Isong. Magic. Magic. The man they come to my house and make my youth cry.
When I saw that,
yeah.
That, like, I didn't even know it was your son, but like, you know, like sometimes when you're doing this, when you're in this entertainment business or when you're in the music, you're putting so much work in, but you can't see. Can't see nothing.
Yes.
See like little things like
rewarding.
that. Like when that got sent to my phone, that touched me.
Yeah, that's rewarding still. I rate it.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know the kids are stars.
Yeah, they love blood.
And I'm just waiting for everyone else.
Man, he's a big star, blood. He's a hood. You seen the hood?
Yeah.
He's a full celebrity.
Big star.
Trust me. So
He's like, you know, I'm just grateful to being able to see an artist like this and find him, because he's going to be one of the biggest artists the UK have seen, whether people are with it now.
No.
100%. Cole posted the video on his Snap, you get me? So I've seen the video.
He didn't tell me.
I didn't tell him. It's only when I tell me. Why don't tell me? It's only when I see this. Because you know what it is? You know what it's his birthday? I'm not even thinking about it. It's just his birthday. The youth comes to the door. Cole put it up on his Snap. I thought, yo, that's Digo's music. What? Don't
Nah, I was happy still.
Eye water, real eye water.
That's the effect. Like, I'll be walking. I was in West End with Isong, and like school kids, some girls, like about 30 girls screaming, like they're what the fuck?
It's mad.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't even charting.
I feel it for the boy. I feel it.
Anywhere I go with that it's just a madness.
He's on his way, man.
Nah,
and he's the only one out of GB. Like his fan base is 50% girls, 50% men.
Yeah,
don't lie.
Yeah, he's got
perfect balance.
Big female fan base.
He's got the perfect balance, isn't it?
I can see him killing the girls, man. I can see him killing them still. He's on his way to big things, bro. That youth,
he put out something not too long ago, no?
You got to look out for that youth. He had a Christmas song out as well.
He put a Christmas song out.
Yeah.
He put a song out before that called Pull Up.
Okay, yes.
Pull Up is streaming like in Germany.
Yep.
More than the UK, and that's like all the songs I've released from GB Records. I've probably released about 80 individual records or projects or whatever. But all of the records they would always say United Kingdom at the top would have a big population of streams, and then the rest will come down. But this one record, it says Germany at the top and then the rest down. So people are fucking with him in Europe heavy.
Mad.
For him and T Zandos, like the streams are mad in Europe and Australia. You know what I mean?
Is it Australia?
Yeah, Australia.
That's mad.
Australia likes UK music in general. They're streaming us like mad. Market's mad out there.
It's mad still. They're like a little England when you check it though.
Yeah, they like our shit, innit?
I didn't even know that.
We're the nearest shit to them, innit? That they can relate to, like the sound.
Even Canada.
They relate to our sound probably more than the US.
Even Canada.
Yeah, and Canada.
Yeah.
Oh, we're Guan still.
That's mad still.
I didn't know how much. Who else you got? Because I can't remember the other. You got another.
There was some twins.
Fondo.
Yeah, Fondo.
Corleone. You get me?
Obviously.
That's it, innit? These Zandos.
What you got coming now?
Fondo, Isong, Corleone. I got Z-Bands. Z-Bands' thing is totally different.
When's he coming?
He's coming.
Big up Z, man.
Yeah.
I've seen him, but I ain't heard him.
He don't realise how cold he is. He is colder than most man in the UK. Like, this little nigga can fucking rap.
Now, when's he coming?
He's coming, man. Z-Bands is coming. Me and him, I got records on my project that are gonna shock the streets. You
Can't lie, yeah.
Yeah.
I see you and Fecky in the studio the other day, yeah.
Great that.
You lot was previewing some fire shit.
Yeah.
That sounded like that fire shit.
You're back.
Blood, I need
you're back.
You're back.
Hey, bro.
I'm saying, that sounds like an anthem I could all stand up and salute. You get me? Hey.
That's gang business.
Yeah. When's that coming?
I'm not sure. You know, we made a record for his thing. We made a record for my thing. I still feel like, you know, me and Fecky, like, we've got so much natural energy together. I feel like we have to have we only had a few hours in the studio together. And I feel like me and him need to spend more time. Yeah. Because sometimes in music, like, you have hard songs, but you see, if you like go and work, you might even make something more nuts.
Yeah,
so I feel like, you know, me as a CEO and an A&R, I feel like me and Fecky need to be in the studio more and see see what we come up with. But we got bangers.
But you know they can be harder.
Because the vibe we have, it's just mandem, innit?
It's natural. It's all natural.
It's just it's nothing.
It's all normal.
It's not about who's this or who's
Man, we're virgins before the rap, innit?
Yeah,
that's what it is.
100%.
And like since man's made music, me and him ain't been in the studio, you know. That was the first session we lot saw.
Wow. That's mad.
You know, you see why that's mad?
And people don't believe that.
You take that as a given.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Like, that's the first time you man been in the studio.
See, that's an ill fact.
Oh yeah, because you had a little disagreement.
Yeah, but
with brothers.
It was evolving around that. I don't want to dwell too much into it, but it was evolving around man booking sessions, Fecky's not turning up, just all of that kind of shit. You get me? Yeah.
In-house little thing.
Yeah, but yeah. Time's a healer, right?
You know, like Fecky's my brother. Music to the side, we're beyond the music. Fecky's done things for me
that a lot of people
that I value him for, you know, and our relationship's bigger than the music. You get me?
100%. 100%. So what's the future plans for Corleone, the rapper?
Yes.
I've got a lot of songs recorded and I've got a lot of projects put down that I'm going to put out.
Wow.
I ain't personally looking to rap past I'm 36. I'm 34 now.
You see? You know how funny that is? We was having this conversation the other day. See how the man just started laughing? You were saying, at what age do you stop trying to be a rapper?
If it's not working by the time I'm 36, mate, like I've done enough now. I've done enough.
You've had my contribution.
No, but you've done.
I've done enough.
See what it is.
Like I've got the label moving. I've got the platform.
You see what it is.
Let me sit back.
You've done things.
You know what I mean?
It might be different for you though.
Even for man to be saying, it would be like. Man can't.
See if you never had the youngers though. See if you never had the youngers, it might be different. You might be going to 40.
You've done things
because you got the young. Because you got the artists around you. That's what makes you be able to say that's what makes you be able to say
Is a female.
Yes, bro.
It's harder than any fucking put any male guy on a song. She'll rip them up.
Yes. Yeah? That's what allows you to say. That's what allows.
When it comes to this R&B thing and this rapping,
crazy.
He'll shred anyone.
Yes, bro. You're
gonna have to go and get Craig David and them to come with
so you can sit back and kick up your foot and chill.
Maybe like a Hailey or whatever, but iSong is gonna eat anybody up in this country.
Yes,
you get me?
Yes,
so I'm content.
Yeah, that's what allows you.
Yeah, that's what the platform I built is for. So I can take I can step back anytime.
Yes, bro.
You know what I'm doing?
I rate that. Let me ask you a question. Do you see rap as a job or a hobby?
It's a hobby because I'm a rapper and a CEO, so it's a job and a hobby.
Okay, did you ever see it as a job? Or have you ever just done it? Is it just straight? Is it just strictly?
I've always come in as a CEO.
Okay.
So it's always
it's a job. So you've automatically made it a job. Yes.
It was a hobby before, but I couldn't rap before. I was writing lyrics, but I couldn't rap until Chunks told me how to
format.
Yeah, like Chunks showed me how to be a rapper, and then rapping with guys like Snap Capone, that animal. You have to up your game.
Nah, Snap is an
absolute
animal.
Yeah,
Snap's an animal still.
So I was around a lot of animals, and you know, like I grew up. My cousin is Doc. Doc's arguably the hardest rapper in the Blue Borough. A lot of men don't talk about it, but Doc, you know,
let me say this before anybody goes on. I don't care how the older man them feel. Doc made every man wanna rap.
Yes. The only issue Doc had, do you know? He was rapping in American style.
Yeah, but that was the thing at the time.
It was the thing.
At the moment, at that time,
but to me, Doc is the hardest rapper I heard in the Blue Borough.
Oh wow, I've never heard of Doc still.
You see?
No, man needs to bust me on Doc still.
You see, you see what it is. There's enough man that I get old boys here that if you're not like
Doc, sorry to cut you, Doc and Nicky Ford founded TGB.
Okay.
Yes. And then YGB was Sparks, TQ, Del P, you get me?
Yes.
So Doc and Nicky Ford founded TGB.
You see there? So you've made the people that know, because people that mean asking questions.
Let me ask you something, because people always ask me this, Cole. How do you feel the anti-beef affected our end?
You know what? The anti-beef fucked our ends up. Fucked up our ends, but like in our fraternity, it made us made men. Like between me, Smiley, Skeng, our small circle.
The man that was.
It made us made men, you know, and a lot of people don't know, like the anti-beef, I can't dwell into it because it's an open case. A lot of people, things happen, people died and da-da-da. A lot of people don't know we actually squashed the beef, or I squashed that beef with the head of the anti-Sanjay. I personally realised, you know what, like, it's internal. Coming outside your yard and man are trying to lick you down on the doorstep.
Bonkers.
Vice versa. And they was about their team, we was about our team, you know, and they was riding for their cause.
100%.
On top of that, Damage was an OG. It's sad it had to happen like that, but he was a super OG, and Hoodie was the first nigga to give me a 4.5.
My bro. Damage.
He put me on as a youth, you know, and
I grow with Damage.
That was a beef we inherited from the elders, yeah. So, cut a long story short, me and Sanjay squashed that beef, yeah, courtesy of Del P. Del P was in jail with Sanjay. I was putting pressure on Del P to scream him. Del P was gonna do the job, but he said, you know what, like, I'm from the hood, I'm an elder, hear me out. I said, what he's saying, look, Sanjay, like, it looked like there might be a way that we can pan this thing out, like, I'm sure, you know the ones there. I said, well, I'll hear you out, I'll hear what Sanjay's got to say, and he eventually made me and Sanjay speak, and we squashed the beef. A lot of people don't know that because we don't put it out there. But if you look about 10 years, even longer, no one's tried to kill anyone.
You can 100% see
no gunshots have been bust. There might have been, people might have bumped into each other, had a fisticuffle, but that's about it. And you know, it's one of them ones there, innit? Like, without me...
Cole, you see what?
Yeah.
Hats off to you, that's a powerful thing.
Yeah, big up.
That's a powerful thing. Because you see what? And you know what?
But they don't know that.
I'm glad you came here and gave us that exclusive.
Trust
A lot of people don't know.
They don't know that.
I even told you.
Bro, I didn't know that.
The conversation me and Sanjay had.
I didn't even know this.
I said, look, you know the ones that he was like, yo, like people were dying and going to prison. Like, it's one-way system, innit? Like,
100%. Everyone.
And at the end of the day, like the antis, like people will say, oh, they weren't ghetto boys.
Of course they were.
They might have not have been like official ghetto boys, but they lived in the ghetto. And when we used to have beef with the Peckham, the antis was rolling.
Yeah.
Like,
they were ghetto boys before antis.
You know the ones there?
Trust me, man.
100%.
It was all one, you know, and like shit happened and it just went the way it was, and like, you know, like me, I'm always a peace man. If a man's screaming peace, or if I'm approaching a man with peace, like I always look at peace as the solution before anything else, 100%. You know, and that's what it was. So Del P, I was saying, deal with my man, and Del P was like, there could be a way here for peace, and like it could stop a lot of shit happening. That's, you know,
that's so grown.
And then like me and my man spoke, and I respect him because he kept his end of the bargain, and I did as well. So
I rate that, man.
I rate
that.
Time to unify the blue. I love that.
Real stuff.
Honestly, for me, that was one of the most.
I saw them 2-3 days after I put out the Blue Truth. Yeah, I saw the whole of them. I bumped into all of them.
That's mad.
I had a reason with them, so it's awkward. But it's, you know, like, it's respectable.
It's a real, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Real recognised, real, man. I rate that. It's the fact that man can be in a police some reason.
Look, people say, like the young bucks will say, oh, man can't squash this because my man dipped up my dog, or my man pitched my brethren, or whatever. Like, countries go to war, families and kids, hundreds of thousands, then they make a truce. Like, who the fuck are you? In Jamaica, people are killing each other on the road, like
daily, regularly,
on the end of their road,
on the end,
and they go to truces.
Yes,
you know?
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
You have to have war in the streets.
That's how it is.
You know, but you have to truce as men. You know, there's a time where you say, you know what, we've proved ourselves. You proved yourself. Just like when a man goes in the ring and boxes.
Enough's enough.
They have that
they
respect
put their pride
after.
aside. Yeah. They put their pride aside. Pride's the biggest killer of young black men. A man will die for 3.5 bags because of his pride. A man will go to war for 3.5 grand. A man will rob a man, and a man will go
and have 100 bags sitting there
for 3.5 bags and mash up his whole situation.
And it's not his last 3.5
for that 3.5 grand.
It's just the
That's
principle
why
of it.
Pride is a sin, isn't it?
Big sin.
Listen, I remember one time I was with this white man, and he was saying to me, and I was talking to him, like big Liverpool white man, Scouse man, you get me? And I was talking to him, I was trying to get him to do business with me, you get me? And he was like, I don't fuck with you black boys from London. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, you man have lost your whole essence of why you even got in this thing. He said, when you started selling drugs, why did you start selling drugs? I said, obviously to get money, get my mum out the hood. He said, so what happened? I said, what do you mean? He said, so when did getting a gun and going standing up in a dance become part of that plan?
It's been part of that plan though, from yard.
Yeah, but
it's our culture.
But of course. And let me ask you something. Do you think our culture?
See the white boys, they try to put down our thing. They're pinging each other over as well, mate. Slapping each other over.
Slapping. Madly.
They're paying the black boys.
The black boys.
It's fucking shoes.
They do. They're more sly than more.
Just like what's his name?
It's true.
What's the rapper? The guy with the dreads, man. The English guy with the light skin guy. He's intelligent.
Akala.
Oh, Akala, yeah.
He breaks all of that down. That is made us to it's made us to be small. It's not the truth. The white boys everyone slips. Everyone.
Them up there. Them up there. Everybody's on it. But I still feel like what he said made sense, because when I started selling drugs, it was different to my gangbanging thing. You know this. The hustle was when we was gangbanging. When you was hustling, it weren't about gangbanging. It was about money at that moment.
Boy, when we were hustling, we were gangbanging.
Yeah, at the same time.
No, this is what I mean.
I think we was only.
No, but what I'm saying is,
what I'm trying to say
when you're in OT, when you go OT, you don't think about gang business. You go to smash out your pack and get your money. You're not.
You know, it's the young bucks, yeah. The younger youths, they can't think. They're not thinking further than where they are. So
yeah, 100%.
Like, I see a lot of people putting pressure on the young youths and like the drill rappers and whatever. And I didn't understand them, or didn't take the time to understand them before, even though they're coming from where I'm coming from. But as I mature, they can't see further than what they're doing. So they're just thinking about making money, building their name up.
And then what else?
You know, using whoever they can to build their name and doing whatever they can to do to build their name. And that's what it is. They're not thinking educated, and they're not looking at it like properly, you know.
100%, definitely.
So as a young you just think, I want to make money.
Yeah, it's
I buy my machines. If a man violates me, I'm going to put him in the ground, and that's what it is. You get me?
But that's our culture. Yeah, like you said. Because like I said this, and somebody had a problem with me, and I said, you gotta understand that our culture is toxic, and people hate it when I say this. Yeah, but I said, look. Me sitting down as a 7-year-old watching Sting, seeing Supercat and Ninja, and Supercat's telling her, man, pussy, me do it, me boss your gun, you know, me boss my gun. That's not cool to be showing your kids. Like, I don't want to show my youth these things. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, and I don't. Not everything about our culture is toxic. Don't get it twisted. There's lovely things about it, and like you said, it's like what Akala said. Black people have allowed white people to dictate what our culture is and the bits of our culture that we take out and dissect as our culture. Do you understand? Because like we had this argument back on the episode. As a youth growing up, I never thought Africa was beautiful. I just believed it was bare big head youths with flies. Do you understand?
Yeah,
so,
the Africans had a rough time when we was younger.
Do you understand?
And, you know, it's good, and it's good now that they, you know, like, people are understanding their culture and they're getting the light shining on them, and that's how life is. Like, every dog has their day.
Come on.
They went through a lot of shit, and now, like, all the girls are fucking African guys. African boys are making the best music. Like, it's real. All the Jamaican girls are them love African boys. And I respect that. You know? As growing up, like, girls were only linking African dudes to boops them.
100%.
Be a boopsin.
Yeah, so like, every dog has their day, man.
Do you remember when girls used to boop uncles?
Like, all the young girls were linking all the African boys and boopsing them.
Girls used to phone me.
100.
Listen, I'm with it.
That was normal, wasn't it?
Listen.
Galatini, they going to link up.
They like to spend money.
They going to link up to just eat out their pussy and just give them peas and then that's it.
Girls, they weren't like doing nothing sexual. Like, the African guys
peas, run peas.
They like to spend money, and that's why they get girls.
Yeah.
Other niggas going on with this dumb shit. These African guys will come and spend the money.
I can't remember what girl it was, but like girl that used to roll with the man them back in the day. They told us, that there's an African uncle who's got pattern Moschino in his boot.
Like, what now?
As he links them, as he links them back in the day, And he's got a size something for
They
them.
were doing the 4-1, man. And
Yeah, they was
doing all
killing.
that.
Yeah, that's what it is,
We
isn't
didn't
it?
know what they was doing, but...
Hey, you got to be careful out there, girls. Some of them are cool.
And now their culture's cold. Like, I eat their food,
I eat
everything.
their
You know the ones there?
I remember when I used to think African food was disgusting.
You know? But I always knew about the culture because one of my close friends, he was African, and I used to stay at his house. He's Nigerian, and one of my girlfriends in school was Nigerian, so I understood their culture. Yeah, you get me?
See me, it wasn't like that. Man was not around any Nigerians, and my parents, Caribbeans, was not on that. They was licking out on Africans. You know how the thing goes already. Must be, my dad used to say, my dad used, yo, I'm a ton of African. Yo, them stink. Fuck with them people. You know, like the usual stuff. You heard it, man.
Uneducated
you heard it.
Uneducated fucker. You see, years ago, blood, in school, you ask African man where you're from, he'll be telling you he's from Jamaica with the maddest African accent, just to be cool.
Like my
see
best
now,
friend was Angolian,
reverse.
and he couldn't speak English. Like, you know what Angolians, they speak Portuguese. So he come here when he was 12, and I was his first friend, and like, he was a bit older than me, but he was tough, and like we used to walk around and people used to try and bully him. He used to fight every day. So I understood what the Africans went through,
Yeah.
And he's my friend even up to today.
That's mad still.
That's sick.
Yeah, so
that is sick. You know, where was we?
So yeah, who I was gonna ask you that. Who's your most slept on? Who do you think's the most slept on in the UK?
I just feel like right now my artists are the most slept on.
Oh shit.
They're more talented than everyone and more slept on. Yeah. My artist, myself, you get me?
You know what? You ask everybody that, yeah? And the one thing I'll say to be in this music industry that I realise, everybody's got self-belief and self-confidence. And you know what? Yeah, but that don't just go for the music industry, man. That goes for every walk in anything you do in life. You get me? You gotta believe in you gotta believe in your source. It's not gonna work if you don't believe in it. Anything you do, if you don't believe in it, it's not gonna work.
Believe in it, but be realistic.
Yeah, you have to be real.
So you got niggas that are out here talking about they're the best rapper and they had like multiple projects out for people to listen to, whatever. They just had a couple tunes and believe in your shit, but be realistic.
Exactly.
Yeah,
What's your best project?
Yeah.
What's your best project?
In what aspect?
That you've worked on. What's your best tune that you think that you've put out? Because I've seen your progression from the rapping thing. You're hard with this rapping thing. You get me?
I think the best tune that I probably put out, was a tune I had called Paid in Full.
Okay.
On my first mixtape.
Where you're sitting at... Not where you're sitting around the table. Okay. So it's out though, yeah?
Yeah, it was emotional. Because at the time,
a lot was going on.
Yeah, it was real. And like, even up to today, my fans, like Corleone fans that listen to me say, you know what?
That is...
Yeah. You know what I mean?
What about your best visuals? Your best visual film?
There's a lot, though, isn't it? Like,
no, there is.
I'll say the best moment we had was Poor Little Rich Kid.
Yeah.
Because...
Still pissed.
I say Poor Little Rich Kid was a moment, like it was all natural. Like that was a thing of like we're just gonna pull up to the video shoot and it weren't planned.
Yeah.
The only thing that I planned was the chair that I was sitting on.
And the outfit that you was wearing.
But it weren't planned. Like the watch thing when we went like that, nothing was planned. We didn't turn up to that shoot knowing what we was gonna do.
Tough,
it was all natural, so I feel like that was a moment for us, and that was like one of the rawest visuals that GB has done.
That's tough still.
How did you run up on Noisy?
Noisy.
With the streets.
Mike Skinner, man. Hats off.
Rate that,
big
boy.
up Mike Skinner.
Yeah, man.
Because look, the industry.
Oh, the legend, bruv.
The industry we're in, our own black brothers won't come and tell us what we're doing is great and what we're doing. This white guy from I don't know where. I don't know him.
He's got an accent in.
They're making this documentary. They've contacted me and said, we want you to be a part of this doc. I'm like, why aren't me? He's like, no, Mike Skinner. He's a fan of you. He believes in you. You know, like he believes you're a pillar in this new era of UK street rap, road rap. I was like, wow. This brother just come and like he understands man's thing.
Yeah,
so a lot of the industry pretend like they don't know what we've done. And a lot of the pioneers in the industry, when I see them in person, they'll tell me, they won't say it openly. We woke the UK rap game up. When we come into the game, it was dormant. The grime MCs were killing it.
You're right.
Yeah, they were. The rappers were there. They already existed, but they were dormant.
You're right.
Like we were shunned upon to be a real street nigga in the British. Like, oh, that won't work. This is the Queen's country. You can't do that. They won't chart. We come in the game and like, yo, we're street. This is what it is. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I sell bricks. I do this. It's not saying I shoot people. Like, it's real, you know. And we brought that to the game, and like it woke up a lot of rappers. A lot of rappers were obviously more.
Like Ra can do that too.
Open to it.
They've been doing it, yeah, but it just gave them more courage.
Confidence, yeah. It gave them more confidence in their team. 100%.
Yeah, it's real.
100%. That was a proud moment, mate.
And like it was my first song, so I didn't understand it. It's only looking back at it now, still being in the game and understanding it.
Trust me.
I know what it was and the value of it. You get me?
That was like what you said. If Mike, that was a. I don't know any. Obviously, I'm GB in it, so obviously it's different for me. It was a proud moment for me in it. I don't know if everybody feels the same way about that. You get me? I would like to think that everybody in the blue feels that way because it was a proud moment for the whole borough, not for the community. You get what I'm saying? But obviously, you know how it goes. For me, like I said, I came home and just saw that and it was a moment. Them things make man emotional.
The song was played all over the radio. We didn't plug it. It was on every radio station.
Then I see you with Mike Skinner. I'm saying, boy, I
have to rate him, man. I have to rate him. I take my hats off to him because, you know, like in this music industry, like it's like you get so much fake energy and whatever. Like this white guy is a real fucking guy. He don't owe me nothing. He don't know me. He's come out of the blue and just said what it is.
He even said it.
No one a black brother would say, and a lot of black brother own these platforms, you know, and they won't say. They'll say it to my face, but my Skinner come and give it to them, and I have to respect that.
Big up the streets. Big up the streets.
Definitely.
Come on.
Is there anyone that you would like to make a tune with? Is there anyone that you in the future before this 36 deadline?
We're in the UK.
Yeah, anywhere. International. I think you'll team up mad with the Yardman them. I'm not gonna lie.
You know, I'm a bit old fashioned, innit? So like all the new stuff, like all the new yard stuff, I'm only just starting to learn about it. Like, you know, like when I was in Jamaica the other day, I'm just used to the old shit. Remember I made a tune with Massacre?
Yes.
He's like a 90s bashment artist. Yes. Like these new artists, they're doing all this singing, trappy. I have to get used to it still.
What do they call it?
I would like to work with Bounty Killer.
Hey, that'll be a maddest thing. I believe that could work though. I believe that'll be the hardest.
Fire.
Like having one on a hip hop track or something like that.
Nah, that would be tough.
Yeah, man.
Bounty's my
so that's
DJ.
what you need to. Nah, trust me. Yeah.
DJ.
Remember, you got 2 years, you know, bad man.
For the UK, there's so much dope artists, man. Like I can't sit here and say, oh, I want to this. Like there's lots of artists that I see.
Loads.
I like to listen to the real rap. You know, like rappers.
Right. What do you consider real rap in England?
In what aspects? Like what artists?
Yeah.
Corleone, Snap Capone.
Mm-hmm. Right, shall I say out of your... Okay.
C-Biz.
Okay. Yes.
Rimsey.
Yes.
Like there's so much of them. I don't want no one to be offended, but there's so much real rappers that I think are cold that I would like to work with. There's a lot of them. You know, tough, I like what H. Manada and them niggas are doing.
He's tough. He's tough. Definitely.
A lot of niggas that are rapping don't get
the recognition.
No one gets their flowers while they're here. When you're gone,
they'll give you your flowers once you start getting millions of views and streams.
Or once you're dead.
Maybe when you're dead, if you didn't pop, they might not give you your flowers.
They might
not. It's about the views.
It's real still. It's real.
100%. So who are you listening to right now? Using UB?
I'll be honest, I don't really listen to I listen to my artists and shit and my shit.
That's it. Do you still bang old Dipset shit now?
I still bang Dipset. I bang Capone and Noriega, Biggie, Tupac, all of that old school shit. That's my kind of shit.
Yeah.
In the UK, when I do listen to music, I listen to the rappers. You get me? The real rappers.
The ones that are living it.
Yeah.
The ones that ain't fabricating shit.
Yeah, it's one of them.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of niggas that are rapping
that are living it.
No.
Come on.
But I just mean I like to listen to the style of rapping.
Yeah.
Real rap.
Not that style, like rap, innit? Like
man, try.
You don't need the visuals to it to make it hard.
It's not brainless.
You don't need a visual to make it
I'm old-fashioned, innit? So like, that's just me as well. So it doesn't mean that whatever other niggas are doing is whack or stuff. But I'm just old-fashioned.
So you like the art of rap.
I just like rapping, hip hop, innit? That's the culture I grew up in. You know what I mean?
Did you take to drill? Like obviously you listen to drill to a certain extent. You got drill artists. Do you get me? Did you take to drill straight away?
T's and Nos and them, they introduced me to drill.
Oh, okay, so it took you a while to...
No, sorry. The ARs introduced me to drill.
Oh, okay.
The ARs introduced me to drill. Like, look.
They were too hard.
They were
too hard. Don't make me call my AR.
Do you know why that song happened?
Them man was too hard.
They're monsters, innit? The ARs are monsters, yeah? I had them in a studio watching my head back. I went down the road to have a meeting. I've come back. As I've come back, they recorded this song with Prince. Prince was in the studio. They come back. He said, "Oh, your artist have recorded a song. You need to hear it, Corleone." So I said, "I'll play it." He's played it. I've wheeled it up about 20 times.
Mad. That tune's mad.
I've
played it 20 times. I said, "You lot, forget the gangbanging thing.
Yeah.
Forget the streets. You're gonna blow."
Oh,
I told them.
They're
the youth from Brixton, M3, cold. Driller, cold. And the thing is, like, you can feel, and what they were saying was as real as it gets. You get me? And these little niggas were too real.
Hey,
they were too real.
That tune was too hard, you know.
That's mad. So they ended up in there.
That tune was
I tried to remove them from that gang culture, but they weren't listening to me. I was saying to them, "Yo, like, forget this." They're like, "What do you mean?" Like, I don't even want to say what they were saying, but people will think they're sick. These youths were really about what they was on. And there was no fabricating them. I tried. I said, "Look, if you don't leave this life that you're doing, like you could end up in prison. I can bust you because I know what it takes in the music industry. These fake dudes will make you feel that street cred means nothing. In the rap industry, street cred means everything. From your real and you're about what you're rapping
people
about,
are gonna relate.
You're gonna have longevity.
They sign you without your brethren. They make you come in and spit.
I'm just saying your fans are gonna believe in your and you're gonna have longevity. You know, you're not just gonna come and go or whatever. People are gonna believe in your shit. It's real. And I knew that they had that, and they was talented. But yeah, there's
situations occur.
And then that's why, like, after them, I find it difficult to sign gang members. Because I just got a bad taste in my mouth. Because I knew I wanted to make them make it, and that happened. You know what I mean? Like,
and you invest all that energy, man. You invest the energy in it, and then it just
like when you sign gang members, you could inherit their shit. Yeah. Like if I was a young youth, and an establishment from the street signed a set of niggas that I'm in beef with. Me as that you, I don't know how these niggas are thinking these days, but I'm going for the establishment. So that's real talk. So what I'm saying is, like, I took them on knowing that I could inherit everything they got, and I was with that.
It's real.
They were down, yeah. That's what it is. I don't know if I'm ready to inherit.
That is fucking real.
Free up the little killie there.
That is real. It is real. It's real.
100. What are you saying? Wrapping this one up?
Yeah, man. Nice. Been a pleasure having you down here.
You know what? I knew this was going to be like this. I knew this was going to be a special one.
I'll come down again.
Come on.
It's in us.
Come on. You know you're welcome. You got to open invite. Anytime you're ready.
Serious, man. I'll be down.
Don't matter from 1,000 to 2 million.
One thing though. I'd like to give you your props.
Go on.
You get me? Because you're walking down your own thing when you're in there. Bugsy's you see when you was back in the day, Super G. Obviously you calmed your thing down, but see when I was coming up as a youth, you was a Super G still. You get me? Man used to rate your thing. Yeah. Like, I remember one day we was at Manger's house, me, Alex, Little Tiny, and Younger Hyper. Like we went there as youths. I was about 10 or 11. At the house, he's having a house party. Like it was just the ghetto boys and the AO was in there, and then girl Sally and Anna and that. All of a sudden, Broccoli used to turn up. Who are you, man? You get me? AO was rinsing the mic. Stoppers jumped on the mic, shot down the mic with that nutty cutty. That was the first time. That was the first time I heard that bar. You get me?
I'm glad you put that in your tunes still.
Stopper, shut it down. I don't know where that bar come from or who made it. But he was cold. You get me? Tutu, someone's come on the mic and said, there's a something in Peeps. All the youths are in Peeps. There's a wedding. Left the party, gone straight to the wedding. Yeah, we've gone. Me and Alex and Tiny, and we was on the pedal bike with the nuts on it.
Yep.
And we've gone down there. We was kids.
I remember.
And I remember you standing outside there with your top off, saying, "Yo," like there was about 100 man there, and you were saying, "Yo, like, whoever ain't on this thing or whoever shook." Whoever's not on it, go home now.
Rate that. Yeah, man.
Like, to me, it was like a movie scene. I said, who's that? They was like, that's Bugsy. Bugsy saying, go home now. If you're not on it, go home. We're going in this place.
Rate that.
You know the ones there, the man that went in there and done a madness or whatever. You get me? That was the first time I saw you. You wouldn't know that because I was a youth.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, you know, like coming up.
My brother, I love that,
man.
my brother.
Rate that, man.
Respect. Come
Just
on, them day there was popping.
Remember, I bucked him along the way, you know. We never used to like each other. You're
see him,
nuts.
Can you see him, yeah? Even now, he's my brother, but I know why I didn't like him.
Why?
Because he's got a stink attitude. He ain't bowing down to a soul. Now you see how that time when he's bucking, man, like what you're saying. Them times the man's the man.
Nah, he was the man still. I used to see my benches just
bro, man's the man. Like you know, you had your moment. Everybody has their moment, innit? I had my moment, innit?
I think I had my moment for decades.
Yeah, so. For a long time. So obviously, at that time in my life, everyone bows down to me. Wherever I go,
no, he was a super G.
Everyone,
you and Shorty.
Yeah, Shorty.
Bugsy was a super G.
He don't want.
He was a ruler. He was a leader.
He don't want to.
Whether what he wants or whatever, that's not his business.
He hates it. Them times that he won't bow down, I would buck him, and he would just not be like everybody else. He would just be different.
There was a lot of niggas that that were super G's when man was growing up. Remember, I grew up in Newcastle Gate. And I was strongly affiliated with Peckham Youths and Ghetto Youths. You know the ones that, and outside of Newcastle Gate was like a white boy area.
Yep.
So
Slim,
like we had serious Slim.
Yep, my top man. Come on.
That's one of the niggas I was gonna talk about. You get me?
My G, bro.
We grew up like we had a pub culture. Man, was sitting with our manor.
Because you got so close to Millwall. You like the Surrey Keys, the Birmingham.
So I grew up in that kind of culture. The white boys had different morals
100%
to the black boys. So I grew up with the white boys and the black boys. So I adapted to both. You get me? And then like the Peckham boys and the Ghetto boys. When I was younger, I was seeing niggas like Rama. Big Lee. Big Lee was a fly motherfucker and breezy, you get me? Then Zagai, Sparks, you know what I mean?
Come on, man. It was, we all lived, man. We all lived this. You know what? I wouldn't change a flipping thing.
Let me ask you a question. You see, growing up, did you ever hear about Marvin Herbert? Because you was a man that was from A to B still.
Is that guy that's running around doing the
interviews, the podcast
with the eyes?
Yeah.
I think I'm too young.
Okay.
But you know what? He seems sensible.
Yeah, he does seem sensible still.
Yeah, he's doing that, man. Big up the man. Big up the man. Cole.
But nah, big respect for coming through though. Still, it's been good to have you.
Come on, man. I'll be down there again.
Definitely, it's been good to have you.
Right, people, as you can see, this was special, innit? Enjoy it, yeah? Please like, share, subscribe. Listen, your likes count for a lot.
Where's your chain, cuz?
That's in the
that should have been that.
That's in the safe.
It's in the safe. You get me?
Yeah. So like the chain.
It's just
I feel like a kid when I wear it. Like, come on.
Now I see Fecky post a thing the other day and I thought it was on. The man said, what Fecky said the other day? I feel like being a rapper today. And I know he's golden. You get me? Certain days you have days like that, innit? So you don't have days where you just want to pull it out.
My pendant's different, innit?
I see, come on.
So when I'll be in places in Dubai and I've built relationships just from the pendant.
Okay.
Diamonds in my thing is different. No disrespect to nobody's thing. That's me being honest. But at the same time, I'm a CEO and I'm a boss. I let my artists wear that shit. You get me?
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing to prove. You know what I'm saying?
Say nothing.
Yeah, people. Please like,
share, and subscribe.
Yeah, tell a friend to tell a friend. Them things are important for us as well. So,
man, support Blue Tick. It's all authentic. You get me? Bugsy's a G from the block. I ain't seen no one give him his credit, but Bugsy's a super G, and his foundation, you get me? His family's foundation, everything, you know, so support the thing. I'm here to support the cause.
Big up.
I'll be back down there.
Saying nothing.
Yeah, love.
Yes.
Come on. Big.